Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a little while, but it's lost in it all. 44-14 again. Um, this is somewhat of a response to my last video, and I'm I think I'm going to make an argument against just about everything we know. It's a little convenient and disassociative, but I hope you have the time and are willing to listen and attempt to understand what I'm saying. I'm not going to promise any idea of flattery or, you know, I'm just going to say what I think is the truth. And I hope that through my body language and through my desire to connect, that somehow that is conveyed and you will allow yourself to hear what I'm saying. Having said that, I mean, we're faced with a world that is becoming more and more reactive. The smaller we want to think about things, the larger the individual reactions in our society will become. And we're not talking about our neighbors. In a macrocosmic sense, we are. But where does that end? My interactions with the people that live next to me is pretty insignificant as a whole. But as our nations in this world become more and more polarized, what else can you say other than wake up? Wake the up. It's a matter of decision, and it's unfortunate that the numbers just increase the further out you go. But that is reality. I mean, open your eyes and realize that you can go as deep in any one situation as you want to go until it fails to exist. Continue on this path where nations, countries, groups of people in general are at war with each other because they're so divisive. They are so finite. We won't have it tomorrow. And this isn't a revelation. This isn't something new. But it comes in a way that makes us think that how it's projected is better than who we are. As if someone saw something higher up than we can. That in some sense, they were better than we are. Fuck that. Are you better than me? Am I better than you? No. And all therein, given any idea that one person may be better than another in any given circumstance, we are all people. We all exist. And based on the same logic in which this world that we live in exists, and the universe exists, we fail to exist because we do not comprehend anything larger than ourselves. In the vast majority, the average of the human population. That is the world we live in. That's just fact. And it's unfortunate that that's the way it is. It sorry, changing songs. I've grown pretty fond of acoustic stuff lately. Seems more real to me. There we go. Seems like a good one. Sorry. I mean, how far do you want to go? I mean, to realize you are where you are. All these catchphrases and monetary gains and quantification of where we are and what we're doing is just another person's way, another entity's way of controlling you. And please don't comment about communist society, socialism, or anything like, because I would look you in the eye, given you are a person that I felt I could trust, and say the exact same thing. Wake up. Quit finding reasons to argue against the person next to you, and start finding reasons to agree. And again, the evolution of who we are is becoming more microscopic. Think about it. It's not macroscopic. It is, but it's exponentially microscopic. We are evaluating everything that we live in, everything we're surrounded by, more and more and more and more and more infinitesimally small. Exponentially microscopic. And an infinitesimally macroscopic reality. Is this a game you want to win? Because I assure you, it is a game that is far too long and will conquer every one of us. Every one of us. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, what your aspirations are. If you want to compete, if you truly want to compete against the person next to you, you will, and you'll beat them. But beating the person next to you isn't all that fulfilling in the long run. You want to beat them by a fraction of a second, because you're not the only one that grows. And the sooner people start thinking that way, the sooner life isn't about money and what you can and can't have, and what we all need to grow, regardless of who we are. That's all it's it. That is it. The Forbes shouldn't exist. Neither should some archetypal psychometric evaluation that creates me some global thinker. Am I? Probably. But that's not how the mass majority of people view this. It's a tool. And I'm doing what I can to try to make a difference. What are you doing? That's... Like I said, this wasn't meant to be polite. I'm tired of trying to figure out who I am based on how everybody else thinks they should be based on society, what they've been surrounded by, what's on the news, popular culture. I'm sick of the arguments with things that are false. Just a perception of what should be but isn't real. I'm an INTP. Lost in all 44-14. Have a good one, guys.